Hi there, Mike here, and I'm going to show you how to carry out ongoing customer due diligence. Now, I'm in a training environment and I've prepared a pretend scenario using a real company, Hyper Real Beauty Limited, this one at the top. And as you can see, that's AML only and it's complete. Now, if I go in there and have a look down, I can see there's a couple of people that have ID verified. One was biometric and one was electronic. And if I come down here, I have this perform ongoing customer due diligence. Now I'll click on there, I get a little pop-up and that automatically puts a note into this client record that we have renewed the client on this date and time. So that then takes me through, this is going through the process again, it takes me through to the people for ID verification, the AML customer due diligence page. Now, I've done a lookup of Companies Office automatically here. The software has found that J. Michael Caruso and James Arthur O'Leary have already been ID verified, but there was one person added, and that's Robert Alexander Martin. And you can see the Companies Office search has found those three people. Previously, I only did two, so I need to ID verify this person as well. Okay, now I can go in here and update my nature and purpose, my risk assessment, any trust information. It pulls through all of that information from before, and then when I'm ready, I can just go ahead into the ID verification method. And this is when we send things out. Now, we've got people with existing identity verification. These are the two people who we verified previously. And I can see for J. Michael Caruso, the last time was biometric and electronic. So this time, the system is suggesting you can keep the biometric with electronic, but just redo the PEP check. So that's the default setting if you have done biometric already, and that meets the updated guidelines for ID verification. For James, the last time I did an electronic, and what it's saying is during my ongoing customer due diligence, I should upgrade that to a biometric with electronic, and the PEP is included in the ID, and that would therefore be in line with the current guidance. Now, if it turned out the electronic I don't need to go to biometric, I can just click this edit button and change it and keep the electronic I did. For instance, if I had met him in person and taken a copy of his ID. But if I haven't met him in person, I'm going to do the biometric and electronic for this one. And then the people who have been added since the last time we did customer due diligence, we've got down here that Robert is needing to be ID verified, and this is what you would see normally. And I would just put in, say, I'll put in my own email address and defaults to biometric, which I'm happy with. Now, when I hit proceed, it's going to keep the ID for the first person, but redo the PEP. It's going to upgrade the second one to a biometric, and it's also going to do a biometric for the third person. So when I click proceed to ID, I can see straight away everything's done for Michael, and that's redone the PEP check. For James and Robert, they're going to go through a biometric ID verification, and then the next time I do ongoing customer due diligence for this client, that's going to show that all three have been biometrically ID'd, and it will suggest that I just need to redo the PEP check. That's basically ongoing customer due diligence. Everything else is the same from your normal customer due diligence. Once all of the IDs are done, you'll see under the due diligence that you can complete ID and go from there.